Hello, my fellow Americans. 'Tis I, the Rumpled One. It's been a while since I made one of these videos. Oh, well, it looks like Donald Trump just about has it all wrapped up. I hope he makes it. I hope he becomes president because the alternative, not very good. And I still don't understand why anybody would vote for Hillary. Because I don't really think they're voting for Hillary. I think they're voting against the Republicans or against Trump. Because I try to be objective the best I can, but what has she done to deserve it? I mean, what accomplishments? I mean, when you look at her past, you look at their conduct when they were in the White House before. I mean, when they left, they had to return a bunch of items that they, I guess, stole, they took, and they had to return them. I mean, what does that, do we really want to put these people back in the White House? And then, of course, we've got the big media distraction, transgender bathrooms. You know, I think I might have spoken about this before, last month or so. But I really don't care where somebody pees and poops. We got more important things to do. Just go in the bathroom, do your business, and leave. You know, I was saying if you got a pole, you got a hole, somebody came up with the idea, balls, no balls. I mean, this stuff wouldn't even have been talked about 20, 30 years ago. Why now? Why this distraction? Who cares? It's just totally ridiculous. Totally. And now that it looks like Trump's really got things going, of course they're all trying to attack him. But the funny thing is he's winning. Yet the Republican establishment wants him to bend to their ways. No, the winner gets to call the shots. But these guys, either they're clueless or they're just so arrogant that they're going to maintain their posture. Even though it's obvious that the people say no. We don't listen to you. We don't want to listen to you. You need to start listening to us. But they don't because they're the elite. It's just crazy. I was having a conversation with somebody and I told them, you know, when you look at government and you think about it, they take this money from us called taxes. Then they build these structures and then they hire these people to keep us out of the things that we paid for in the first place. It doesn't make any sense, does it? We elect them, they're supposed to work for us, but they keep secrets from us. They spy on us. I mean, it's just totally backwards. Somebody needs to wake up. I was listening to one of the radio shows and they said, you know, if George Washington and Thomas Jefferson and a few of the others, you know, if they were to come back, they'd wonder what the heck happened. You know, this is not the country that we envisioned in the future. No way. You know, not that these guys were perfect or anything, but they had a few things. They got some things right. You know, you just can't label them all bad. Can't label them all good. Yeah, you know, it's a mix. You know, whatever happened to the checks and balances in the government? Obama's not our king, not our dictator. Yet he's saying, no, if you don't do what I want you to do, we're going to withhold federal funds. Well, excuse me, I believe it's Congress that holds the purse strings, not the president. And how does he get away with not following the law? I mean, how do these guys do it? Oh, that's because they're on that side. They're part of the inner circle. So the laws don't apply to them, but they have people paid for with our money enforcing the laws that they make against us but don't apply to them. I mean, can you explain that to a Martian? I mean, really. If a Martian landed and could understand English but didn't understand how the world worked here, the planet Earth worked, and you tried to explain this stuff to the Martian, he'd go, well, that's not logical. Maybe instead of a Martian, a Vulcan, you know. Good old Mr. Spock, right? But it's just crazy. Yet, year after year we take it. Did you vote? Did your vote get counted? I mean, it's really funny. Seems like every place Hillary won, there's something went wrong with the voting. I mean, we've been bamboozled our whole lives. These guys have been telling us that we're free. We're not. We're not. And we've got Bernie Sanders, you know, who has the ear of the youth. That's because they don't work for a living. I can't wait to see them when when they gross $1,000 on the paycheck, and when they get their paycheck, it's somewhere between $600 and $800, and they're wondering, well, what about? Wait a minute, where's the rest of the money? Oh, it's for those socialist programs that you voted for. They're not going to be too happy about that. I guarantee you. I guarantee you, they're not going to be happy about that at all. But what do? I mean, when you think about it, people say, you know, it's Trump and Hillary and Bernie, that's the best that we have to offer. Well, I think what happens is this. These people that run for office, very rarely do they tell you about their attributes and why what they have, their vision, is superior to the other vision. Usually they're telling you how bad the other guy is. I mean, I can't even stand to hear Ted Cruz's voice, because every other sentence is Donald Trump this, Donald Trump that. It's just like, Ted, do you got a bromance with Donald? Because you talk about him all the time. Why don't you just stay on your topic, talk about your stuff, what you were going to do, and then let people decide who's better? But I mean, that's all these guys do. And Hillary, I read or heard somewhere, she's got $2 billion to spend on their campaign. $2 billion. To me, that's just lunacy. For a job that after 4 years you don't even make $2 million, but you're going to spend $2 billion? That's just crazy. For what? I mean, if that kind of money in politics has to tell you something. Tell you that there's something going on with the system. We know something's going on. It's rigged. It's fixed. Because why would somebody spend that much money? Why would they be putting up that much money? You know something's up. But I have to leave it for you to decide, my fellow Americans. But sooner or later, you're going to have to wake up and smell the tyranny.